blighted areas, wherever they may be located, are a hazard to health, a hazard to the health of those who reside in them, as well as to the community of which they are a part. More than one disease could be named as finding a harbor there. And as long as any preventable disease exists, it is a menace to everyone and is a weak link in a chain of healthful, happy living. It is hoped that gradually some plan can be evolved to remove all of Montgomery's blighted areas and thus make the city an even more desirable place in which to live.
You, the citizens, as taxpayers, are paying extra taxes because of the slum areas. You pay more than you do in the well-developed areas, as it costs much more for us to patrol these areas, and the crime activity is so high that we have to make further investigations. Here are just a few of the reports that I picked out at random. These reports for the past month. Now, there are many others, but they were picked at random. Here in the North Montgomery area, a murder. Here in the Washington Park area, murder. In the Houston Hill area, assault and murder. The King Hill area, assault and murder. The Houston Hill area, assault and murder. And we can go on still further, the Washington Park area. Now, you people, as the taxpayers, are paying this extra cost for the police protection which is given to this slum areas.
Here in the fire department, we have the Bureau of Fire Prevention organized with a personnel of 6, chief, the Bureau, and 5 fire inspectors. We have a city ordinance, fire prevention code, and we're working constantly on the fire hazards of old, deplorable, rundown fire hazards, buildings in the city of Montgomery, which is dangerous to lives and property. And the people of Montgomery have cooperated beautifully with us. We are constantly working on this program, but it has gotten beyond our control, especially in the slum areas. And out in these slum areas, they have gotten so bad that we need the help and the cooperation of the property owners to get rid of this condition. have on a windy day with these old rundown buildings. You could have a fire to start in there and sweep out the whole area out there. And we have twice as many runs in these areas as we do in the better areas of the city of Montgomery. Naturally, the cost would be twice as great. So with the continued cooperation of the people of Montgomery on getting rid of this type of building, not only will it be a safer place to live, but be a more beautiful and enjoyable place to live.
In Montgomery, we have launched a program which we hope will be the answer in ridding our beautiful city of its blighted slum areas. Your city commission believes that better houses make a better city, and we believe in public housing only when private enterprise cannot do the job. It has been on my mind and heart for a long time that something must be done to provide clean, decent, and adequate housing for all our people, and at the same time clear out the unsightly, run-down neighborhoods. This is not just a local problem. Cities all over the nation are faced with the same problem. The only difference is that some cities, including Montgomery, are doing something about it. Your city commission has appointed a number of our local Montgomery people on an advisory council on housing improvement and slum prevention. The citizen group represents all phases of community life. They will work without salary to help the city accomplish its housing improvement aims. We are also taking a searching look at our proposed housing code, paying particular attention to the health and safety features, to see if the code in its final form will serve all our needs. We honestly solicit your cooperation in our slum clearance and redevelopment program, as it is a citywide program designed to bring to Montgomery better health, fewer slums, and better citizens.
It means, first of all, that the city enforces a good housing code that requires bringing substandard properties up to a reasonable, modern, adequate standard that a city government will specify in its ordinance. And that, of course, means demolishing, getting rid of the old unfit houses that simply can't be made to meet a modern, reasonable, adequate standard. It means also attracting new construction in on such sites here and there in an old neighborhood as are available or will be made available for new construction. It means a neighborhood-wide public works program of the city government in which the city goes in and puts in needed street surfacing and sewers and a neighborhood playground, perhaps repairs to a school, better street lights if they're needed, better refuse collection, and so on. Now, we know that a program of this sort is thoroughly practical and that it will work, not as a matter of anybody's theory, but as a matter of just simple and recent history. It's working impressively in the southern cities like Charlotte, North Carolina, and like New Orleans, in western cities like Los Angeles and El Paso, in eastern cities like Newark and Baltimore, and you can be very sure that it will work in Montgomery, that it will work swiftly enough, equitably enough to all concerned, and directly enough to get rid of all your slum and blight and unfit housing conditions for all the families of Montgomery by 1960.